welcome back to Contact. Space Engineers Contact, I guess I should say the name of the game too. I'm stood on my refinery, just because it seemed like an interesting place to stand. I built this refinery last week along with the assembler and a whole bunch of other stuff. And now we need to keep going, probably building a mining vehicle of some sort to go out and gather ores from all the places I've found ores. I should note, I'm recording this right after the other episode, so there's not really been enough time for any sort of, fix to wind turbine weirdness to come out. I do want to test something real quick, though. So we can only have one wind turbine at a time, but we also have solar panels. I'm curious if I can build solar panels, and if a solar panel will work. Maybe if more than one solar panel will work. That way I can have, I have continuous power from the wind turbine, but I could also have a solar array somewhere that's just sort of soaking in the sun during the day, charging up batteries. It is interesting to have multiple, power options. It's not necessarily something you ever need to worry about in Space Engineers, so I think I'm just going to do it real basic and just stick it off the back here for now. If it works, and if I can build two of them that both work, I may go ahead and build a proper array somewhere with solar tracking and all that. Okay, so the wind turbine's still spinning. This is working, producing power. This is producing power. Okay, time for second solar panel. This will also be handy, I'm guessing, well, probably by when this episode comes out. Hopefully this issue will have been remedied. But for now, it'll give me a good sense of what bug I should report to the bug report channels. Because if both of these work, then I know it's just wind turbines that have an issue. But if only one of these solar panels work, it's all production, power production. Okay. Yep, both of these are working. That's good. So for some reason, you can only have one wind turbine at a time. Maybe that's an intentional change. Probably not. Actually, what am I doing? I'll build an actual tracky solar array thing later, but I might as well leave these on to get a little juice while they're here. I should probably build at least one of my batteries over here too. Oh, and actually this is a good idea for a few reasons. Chief among them being, I already have a small grid battery. I might as well turn that into my vehicle. Or at least have it attached. So if I get existing power on this base, I can get rid of that battery. I could probably take down all of this, actually. Just go ahead and deconstruct it, move the survival kit somewhere onto the main base. Probably slap an O2H2 generator somewhere in here. Maybe even. So I have this T connector, which I built in. So I figured in here I'd have a wall, and then this is the garage area. And then this is the interior of the base. Probably some big grand staircase down here, and I don't know, some other junk. But I figured, because up here will be, a different layout, I could have this be the med bay. Part of how that connects. So, with it here just kind of in the wall, it also helped to let my sort of alternating rib pattern work. I needed a 1 block gap to keep that going, and so here's a gap. I can use this as pass through. If I change it to... it would just be a... it would just be a full-on junction. I could then have a piece come out down here. I could even change... oh god, that's the hole. I could even change this. Well, this is gonna get convoluted. But I can have an O2H2 gen under here. This section can be my sort of, you know, air and fuel generation. Yeah, I'm liking this. Alright. That's a battery. Let's, real quick, mess up this whole system. In fact... I'm gonna change my mind. I like having a little bit of a pipe jumble in here. I feel like it makes it look more industrial. So we'll have that there. And then just a corner piece leading into an O2H2 generator. Off this too, this will just be a temporary deal. But we'll slap our survival kit. And that means I can just tear this one down. So now we can get rid of all this junk. I have put the battery in an awkward position to try and move it. I think that should be fine for what I'm planning here. Just push this over into the sun. Actually, build myself a lever so I can knock it over. There we go. So this is the core of my little drone. So down here I have a small connector. It's connected up to the drill, all connected to the battery. Got the remote, got a gyroscope. So for thrust, I was originally thinking of the Flatmos. The issue is they are not, for their size, they're less efficient. So I think what I should do instead is stick with some good old normal small thrusters. Hopefully I don't need a ton. I can do some of this with Flatmo, but I have those like that. Then do Flatmos for the sideways and for forward. Hopefully that'll be enough. Guess let's weld this all up and see. Oh. Crud. Okay. I should have maybe focused on this a little sooner. We're out of iron, which means I can't produce any of these. I guess I'll have to do a quick hand iron run. I could break down some steel plate. How much? Yeah, I need a lot of iron. I'll just go mine some. Oh. Was looking for my antenna. I got rid of my antenna. That's not ideal. Should probably, at the very least here, let's make a home GPS so that I don't get too horribly lost. Okay. That'll hopefully be enough iron. Oh. So, I was going to put the antenna on. Apparently I don't know how to build one yet. I need to build a beacon. Alright. Fair enough, I guess. There we go. Don't want that beacon, but... Oh, and the antenna's not even in there. Okay. That should be everything built. Let's go ahead, turn the battery on, and see if we can fly it. Whoa. Yes is the answer. Okay. Seems pretty good. Only time will tell how it handles when it's full. Well, time and my testing, I suppose. Let's go ahead and do just a little bit of greebling. I don't think it'll get very much, but... Okay. Let's remote access this fella again. Need to set up a few things. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking the camera view. The downside of this is I don't have spatial control. Actually, come to think of it, that lack of spatial control really means I should have some up-facing thrusters, which I normally wouldn't do. Should also turn it off while it's not flying. Okay. That's looking good. Let's go ahead. I want to see if I can mine some stone down our little hole here. Again, just test and make sure this thing can actually fly with a full load. Oh boy. No is the answer. I'm already sinking. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Let's see if two more can let it reverse. Now, how full are we? It's nearly full. So that's a good sign. It can't get much heavier than this. The 6 thrusters do seem adequate. I could probably get it back up, actually. Oh, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we'll wait there. Okay. 4 thrusters. Let's... Oh, yeah. Okay. That's good. With 4 thrusters, it can lift pretty much a full load. Yeah, judging by... Yeah, let's... Pointer straight down. Yeah, it seems to have plenty of thrust for that. I could actually probably... It wasn't a great parking job. could probably get rid of these thrusters. Move these ones back. Doesn't really do much, but it means I'm using less power. Yeah, it's 2 less thrusters I need. Oh, and truthfully, instead of having these awkwardly out a step, I could have them in just under that. Go ahead and lift it up so I can work. Yeah, this is feeling viable. Okay. I would call that a mining drone. Now, real quick, since this is no longer, at least for the moment, not useful, I'm going to do something probably a little weird. So I've got this advanced rotor. I added one of the small heads, and I'm just putting a small connector straight on that. What this will let me do is fall off a roof, then attach my drone directly to that. So if I go ahead and fly it up here, I should probably fit a camera to it. Okay. So switch to camera view. Oh, it's a little twitchy. Oh, and very poorly positioned, actually. Okay, maybe the camera's not all that useful. Anyway, no. Detach. So now it's magnet. Nope. Oh, God. Can I... So if I lock, and then dampener's off, yes, that works. Good. That felt more convoluted than it should have. Yeah, so now we have a drone docked up here that I can use for mining. So I took a little nap under this tree here. Don't need that anymore. So it's now a bright, shiny new day. And I think, first order of business, let's figure out how much stuff we actually have left. My iron supply is getting a little low. So is my nickel, actually. I need to choose a good spot on here, maybe just a temporary spot for an antenna. Now I think I'm going to send the drone to the iron. Not really send, I'm going to fly it there. But part of my idea with connecting this up is I should be able to use this drone from base. So I can stay here, I don't have to go with it, and it'll go. That functionality is more intended for what vehicle this is eventually going to be hooked up to, but I want some resources before I get building that. A compact antenna actually is probably going to be a little easier for a number of reasons. Eventually, I think I'm going to want some sort of big honking antenna dish, like on a hinge, so it's moving about. But for now, this should do. Ooh. I may not have enough iron for it. In fact, I think I just ran out of iron. Okay, well. So let's see, the drill is empty. In close range, I can use the drone just from here. So this might be a good test of its functionality too. I can tell I'm in control because it's jiggling. Alright. So dampener's on. Unlock that. We're ready to fly. Now, hopefully I can fill this up fully again. It all just works. I should also maybe set up something that'll tell me when it's full. Some sort of light that's visible from the camera. In fact... Okay, I can turn it around. That's good. Oh boy. Yeah. I should have maybe... Here, I'm just gonna... Part of this is gonna be learning operating protocol. I think I just need to make big enough holes that I can get it into and out of easily. Because I could, you know, set up so I have a reverse-facing camera and a reverse-facing remote. I think I've done that at some point where it essentially let me... I could change which direction I was flying the ship from, and that made it easier for navigating out of holes. I could use the thrusters that normally I use to reverse to start moving forward. Hopefully that's enough. If not, I can do another load. That wasn't too painful, so that's good. Maybe I do... Got an interesting idea here. So, I probably want at least one event controller that I can use for some such thing. Actually, while I'm at it, we'll have 2 event controllers. If I move the camera all the way back here, my hope is that I can use that to get a little bit of a better sense of the sides of my ship. Because with the camera here, my vision was basically starting here. All I got was the front, and the ship sticks out, you know, a block and a half each side from that. Okay, so I do need another load of iron. And I can't build either of these, so I won't have a light or LCD to tell me that I'm full. Let's get some more power. Should really put a floor in at some point. Then we'll do one more stone load, and hopefully that will be enough. Okay, let's see how... Yeah, that's sort of what I was afraid of. It helps a bit, but the camera is so low that I don't think it actually does what we want. And I don't really want to make it... I could probably make it a block higher if I wanted. I don't really... It feels like a bad idea, because then, you know, I have a thing sticking up extra high. But it might give me a bit more of the perspective. Just feels like so much of my view is being wasted by, you know, the body of the ship, which I don't need to see. I'm essentially trying to recreate mechanically, without, you know, the cheatiness of video games, the third-person camera that normally you'd use to fly a mining ship. Okay. That's an antenna at least, so I can build a chair and then control the drone remotely. Okay. Let's see if we can view the camera. Yes. But I would say the height didn't help either. Okay. Well, that experiment failed. So we'll just do this. We'll have a reversing camera. And I guess if I really wanted to, I could put a camera... Yeah, let's do it. So this is the slightly modified version. I now have my forward camera back in its position. I have a reversing camera, which I've moved in just one block so it can actually see the back of the ship. And then I put a third camera down here looking at the connector. So from its camera view, I can see if I'm aligned for connecting. These two lights here, you'll notice, are red. They're set up so that when my drill, well, I'm going to set these up so that when the drill is full, they turn on. I won't be able to see them directly, but they should illuminate enough of the surrounding cavern that I will know, okay, my drills are full. So to do that, I have my vent controllers. So this is the one I've set up for being drill full. Set to cargo. I set it to just under 100%, just so that it, in theory, I'll have just a little bit of room so I don't destroy any ore. In reality, that's probably still going to happen, but whatever. So I just select my actions, and because I have two lights, I have to do this twice. So when it's full, that's the first option, turns it on, otherwise off. Then for the second one, and that should work. Now I've also got this second event controller, which I'm going to set up so that things happen correctly when I'm docking. Basically just turning off thrusters and all that good fun. No, I think I may hold off, because this should be set up. If I build a chair down here, I can go and actually do some mining. Okay. So sit in our chair. We have a nice view of the drone. Now I do need to... So that's 5 kilometers. This is 5 kilometers. I'm going to make it 10. Just because... Oh. I guess I could have kept it at 5. The mines are only 2 kilometers away. But 10 gives me plenty of wheel room. So, remote control. Hopefully this doesn't kick me out of control once I launch. But it might. I need to actually set that to the correct camera. Dampeners on. Detached. I am in control. Let's go get some iron. Interestingly, the acceleration is pretty bad on this. I guess on account of it only having the small thrusters for forward motion. There was also nickel out here. I probably want some before long for motor production. Okay. Okay, side to side thrust is also not great. Yeah, that is a straight down pit. That shouldn't be an issue. So I'll go at a slight angle. Right click just so I can get down there. I left a few little rocks in there. That's my bad. Let's clear. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm glad I have the upward facing thrusters because I was definitely upside down there for a second. Part of the trick with this miner is I definitely want to give it plenty of room because I don't necessarily have the visual acuity for fine maneuvering. Okay, so we just drill until the red appears. There's the red. That is noticeable, that's good. And because I made a nice big hole, easy to get out. Easy to find home. Off we go with a full load of ore. So now we're here. Unfortunately, the docking camera is upside down, which makes controls just a little odd. But, oh yeah, my left and right is mirrored. But it's got me where I need to be. So, if I dock, turn off my dampeners. We're refining iron. And some stone that I guess I got. Ooh. We have some ominous drone lighting with the storm. Yeah. We will, I guess, call it here. So, we have a drone capable of mining. We're pretty well set up. Next week, I do plan on finally getting to some of the contact stuff. I'm gonna build the rover that I plan to use this thing with. Probably put it on board just so I can mine if I find anything cool, and go drive and visit the neighbors. You know, like that neighbor, or the neighbor that was off in that direction, just out of antenna range. But that'll all be coming next week. So for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to check out the other stuff I've done or subscribe if you want to see more. Until next week, bye bye.